seems like the snow aftermath can be more intimidating than the actual occurring snowstorm, because even though some of the snow is melting, the already plowed snow can lead to bigger piles, which could obviously lead to vehicles getting stuck like this two-wheel drive Mustang. And I know what you're thinking, oh, it's a two-wheel drive sports car with no snow tires, which in that case you'll probably try to use this as evidence as to why two-wheel drive vehicles are not preferred in snow and ice, which is fine, but of course there's other alternatives to overcome your two-wheel driveness. Yeah, a Mustang is honestly probably one of the worst vehicles to deal with in the snow, because not only is it two-wheel drive, but it's extremely low to the ground. So if you're dealing with two-wheel drive, it at least needs to be a truck or an SUV. That way you'll have enough ground clearance to overcome the snow. That way you won't just be sitting on top of the snow as you're spinning your wheels, and as in the case of this Mustang. Snow tires can also be a recommendation, and if it's a modern day two-wheel drive vehicle like 7 years or newer, I hope it has a traction control off button. Nowadays, 98% of new vehicles have the traction control system. It's basically an electronic system that works in your car's computer that keeps the wheels from spinning freely in case of getting stuck. Some vehicles allow you to turn that system off with a push of a button so you can unleash your car's potential to the drive wheels, and some don't, which is the scary thing, but it's very common in front wheel drive sedans. You want that traction control off button because, as demonstrated in this video, the traction control doesn't really help once you get stuck, especially when you have these kind of tires that are on this Mustang and you're in the snow. You kind of want to be able to turn that off like this Mustang has. Thankfully, it has on one of these switches down here on the bottom of the center control stack. You want to be able to turn that off so you can freely spin your wheels in case somebody has to push you or pull you. It's a lot better when you have that full power, the full torque and horsepower going to those drive wheels. And also think of it with this example, when you're approaching a terrain where you know your odds of getting stuck are significantly greater than not getting stuck, you want to turn that traction control off so you can just gun it right through in case of mud, snow, ice, whatever it is. You want to turn that traction control off because when you have it on, it's kind of like a rev limiter where the vehicle will just stop. It'll stop it from revving up too high so your wheels won't spin that much, obviously. And it's kind of like a system that it works, but it's really rare occasions. Really, it's basically just there so you don't burn your motor out. But in cases where you have to do what you have to do rather than not getting stuck, you kind of need to be able to turn that off so that way you can really kind of old school it and just push right through the terrain. But yeah, there's a couple of things to look out for in your two-wheel drive vehicle if you already have one, or if not, or things that you just may need to know about traction control, because it's a great system sometimes if you have the traction control off button. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that's it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to traction control off really quick so I can have some free wheel spin instead of, oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. So I can have some free wheel spin. Don't have to worry about that computerized stuff. Just gonna kind of ease it a little bit. See, we're obviously not going anywhere, right? Not even really. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think the drive modes really do too much, honestly. Oh, you have to be in park to do it. I don't think the drive modes do too much. See, you got all these different little right here. But just to try something out, and it turns the traction control automatically back on when you put it in snow mode. So now, see, you don't have any more free wheel spin. That's what the traction control is pretty much for. It's like a computerized system that's supposed to help you get unstuck or stop sliding from whatever slippery situation you're in. But that's when you turn it off, you get all that free wheel spin, just like a regular old school vehicle. It's a V6 Mustang, by the way, if you guys were wondering. Yeah, see, we are stuck. Not only is this car rear-wheel drive, which is most of the problem, but it's also a very low car, so we're probably sitting on like a block of ice right now. Look at that, it's just shooting up.